Hey Tiger, Scott Farmer here, Superintendent of Fort Gibson Schools. Just wanted to give a brief update as we've closed out the first trimester, give you an update on some of the items that we have listed over here on our Tiger updates. So we'll get started. First trimester is completed. I want to give a big thank you to our community for the support from the fundraisers that have been taking place throughout the first trimester, all the activities, our coaches, our sponsors that have poured their hearts out into our kids. It was a fun first trimester, and we look forward to getting our second one started. So thank you again for all that you did to make the first one a success. I want to give you a brief update on COVID numbers. We've been fortunate. It's been a great school year. Numbers have been fairly low. In our 68 days of school, we've had 35 reported cases. But I do want to exercise a little word of caution. We've seen a little brief uptick this last week. The numbers this last week have accounted for almost a little over 10% of our total cases. So that's a trend we don't want to see moving in the wrong direction. So as we enter into the holiday season, just exercise caution. We want to make sure we do all we can to protect the school year, because we are grateful for every day that we get to have school. So you know the drill. Do all we can to stay safe, and let's get school started after Thanksgiving break in a good, healthy fashion. Talk about activities. Winter time is here. We're going to be indoors. We've already got some of our winter activities already up and going. We've had a couple wrestling meets on the road. We've had some swim meets home and away. Basketball kicks off right after Thanksgiving break, so we're excited about what the winter has in store. But we know we will have those indoor venues. We do not plan to exercise any major COVID protocols. We're blessed with some nice facilities and room to spread out. I encourage you to do that and exercise all the COVID protocols that you have been exercising for years. So look forward to what our activities and what our sports teams have in store this winter. It's going to be a lot of fun. I want to talk a little bit about our student information system. As you know, we transitioned to utilize PowerSchool for our student information system. Two key elements that I want to talk about right now that we need some assistance on or want to make you aware of. First, you should have full access to your students' grades and their attendance in real time right now. If you are not utilizing that app that's available to you, don't know how to utilize that app or don't know where to get access to it, call your child's office and we'll walk you through that and help you garner that access so you can follow your kids' academic success and you can follow their attendance in real time. Also, the second thing, winter months are almost here. That's always tough because it brings in bad winter weather. Our ability to communicate with you is only as good as the information that we have. This student information system houses data for how to contact you. If it's not up to date in PowerSchool, we can't get a hold of you when the roads are bad and we have to call a virtual day or cancel school. So if you haven't been receiving notifications from us, from COVID updates to athletic events to other things going on around campus, if you're not receiving any of those updates, reach out to your child's school right away and let's get that information updated in PowerSchool to make sure you don't miss out on any key information that we're trying to push out. You can always follow on Facebook. We post updates there. We still contact news stations when there's bad weather, but that's becoming a little bit latent, and we just prefer to communicate with you directly through your portals, email, and text message and phone call. So update that information if you're not receiving messages at the moment. School calendar, we are drafting that right now. We're working with a committee of teachers and stakeholders to draft next year's school calendar. It's not quite finalized, but we hope to have this approved at the December school board meeting, and then we'll be pushing that out to you directly after its approval, just to make sure you have time to sit down with your family over the Christmas holidays and you can discuss what summer looks like, what next year's breaks looks like, and you can plan vacations and plan family time accordingly. We'll give you as much notice as possible once that is approved. Next item we want to talk about is transportation. Going to ask for a little bit of grace. We are very short on bus drivers, and a big thank you to our bus drivers for doing what they do. It's not an easy job, but it's very rewarding. We are a little bit short-handed right now with bus drivers, so two things there. First, be patient as we have to make bus routes a little bit flexible, sometimes combine or change routes. We know it's inconvenience and that's the last thing we want, but it is necessary just to continue to provide transportation to as many kids as possible. And second, if you're interested in being a bus driver, we would like to talk you through that because we do need some assistance. So if that's something you ever thought of or just want to know what the compensation is, what the benefits package looks like, reach out to myself or folks at the administration building. We'll get you in touch with the folks that can answer your questions and see if that might be an opportunity for you. I want to thank TigerVision again, Ms. Parasoto and Mr. Wicks, for all that they do, for broadcasting our fall events, for broadcasting our winter events and spring events that are coming up, and allowing us to sit here and give updates to the community. So they work behind the scenes a lot. Their outfit is phenomenal. The kids that are in that program, if you haven't tuned tuned in, I encourage you to do that. Hit our website. You've got a link to watch our TigerVision broadcast. Phenomenal group of kids, very talented. So lastly, I want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Hope you get to spend a lot of quality time with family and friends. That's something that we have learned not to take for granted, because when it's taken away from you, you sure miss it. So thank you for supporting Fort Gibson Tigers. We appreciate you, and we look forward to working through the second trimester.